Hello, I'm Eric Llopis. I'm excited to serve as a mentor within the Executive in Residence program at Cal State University, Fullerton. I'm a Cuban American raised in Southern California. I attended UCLA and then went off to start my career in banking, training in New York City and then working in a variety of countries, be it Pakistan, Luxembourg, or the United Kingdom. I then returned to the US and did my MBA at the Kellogg Graduate School of Management, where I majored in marketing and finance. These early chapters of my career gave me a good background in general management, as well as how business is conducted in numerous countries. I then started the second half of my career, where I firstly worked in consulting for several years, initially with PwC, and then ultimately setting up my own firm. I specialize in strategy and go-to-market topics, largely within fast-moving consumer goods, such as food and beverages. I then went on to the corporate world, firstly heading up competitive strategy at Miller Brewing, which is now known as Miller Coors, and then assuming the role of Chief Strategy Officer for Pepsi Bottling Group, and then most recently at Aramark, where I was again the Chief Strategy Officer and also managed the National Retail Brands Group and marketing teams. I'm now working with PE firms, largely advising them on acquisitions and technology that's relevant for this food space. As far as the type of students I'd like to work with, I'd say there's three general types of characteristics. Firstly, having served in an executive capacity and having reported to CEOs in large organizations, I understand a little bit about the leadership characteristics necessary to succeed in the corporate world. My personal experiences, stories, anecdotes, and other resources can help mentees tailor strategies to reach their own goals. The corporate world definitely has unspoken cultural cues and codes of conduct that you must understand and navigate successfully to further your career. As a Cuban American, I feel it's critically important to guide tomorrow's Hispanics and people of diversity in general towards shaping their futures to succeed in corporate America. Secondly, given my own background, I'm keen to work with mentees that have an emerging interest in consumer goods, regardless of the functional or operational sides. My strategy background gave me a really good overall understanding of different areas of activities in corporations, although it was heavily oriented towards planning and evaluating capabilities and establishing or acquiring new ones. Therefore, I've got a pretty good understanding of how growth, sales, marketing, supply chain, procurement, and functions such as finance and HR work. And lastly, just an overall note, for me, you can expect objectivity. Relative to our relationship, I'll be very fair and balanced, but also push mentees to bring their A game to our discussions and do what's needed to push their work and personal achievements outside of our discussions. That means I'll deliver honest feedback and challenge you to be proactive and reflect on challenges that can drive long-term development. Thank you very much.